So in this video, we're going to be talking about who Biden nominated for the OCC, what the OCC is, and why we should be concerned about what the government's doing and how this will play a role in cryptocurrency. And as cryptocurrency investors, we should take this seriously. So definitely stick around. You don't want to miss anything. Watch the video all the way through. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button for the algorithm, and check the links in the description so that you can sign up for Blockster. So guys, President Joe Biden has nominated this woman right here to run the OCC. She happens to be a law professor who has criticized cryptocurrencies and advocated for the government to have a much bigger role in banking, and she will be nominated to run the top Wall Street regulator. Omarova, who has said she wants to end banking as we know it, will be tapped to run the office of the Comptroller of the currency as soon as this week. And if you're unfamiliar of what the office of the Comptroller of the currency is, or the OCC is an independent bureau within the United States Department of the Treasury that was established by the National Currency Act of 1863 and serves to charter, regulate, and supervise all national banks and thrift institutions and the federally licensed branches and agencies of foreign banks in the United States. And a few of the most important objectives of the OCC: to ensure the safety and soundness of the national banking system, to ensure fair and equal access to financial services to all Americans, and to enforce anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism finance laws that apply to national banks and federally licensed branches and agencies of international banks. And guys, I would just like to point out the acting comptroller of the currency during 2020, during Trump's administration, was Brian P. Brooks. And for those of you that don't know, he was the OCC during President Donald Trump's administration. He was nominated twice by Donald Trump for a 5-year term as comptroller of the currency. So he also has a pretty nice, prestigious background, including a background in Coinbase. After working with Fannie Mae, Brooks was chief legal officer of Coinbase from 2018 to 2020. So he had a background in cryptocurrency. So in my opinion, this was a good nomination, right? This was a good nomination for this, as far as advancing, as far as continuing, and not standing in the way of innovation and progress. Picking Omarova, who teaches at Cornell University Law School, is a shot across the bow for Wall Street, as she's expected to pursue tougher oversight and stricter rules. The pick also raises questions about whether the Biden administration would support Omarova's agenda if she pursues some of her most radical positions, such as moving consumer banking to the Federal Reserve from private institutions. And guys, to me, this is going backwards. This is not progressing. Also, she cited the rapid rise of cryptocurrencies as benefiting mainly the dysfunctional financial system we already have. Omarova contends that digital tokens threaten to destabilize the economy and are vulnerable to abuse by private firms at the expense of public safeguards. Now, what's funny, guys, is she's also against big banks. Like, she's against big banks, but she's also against cryptocurrency in some way. But it's really contradictory almost. I mean, just to see crypto and big bank in the same sentence right before critic is odd to me, because how can you be a critic of crypto and a critic of big banks? So I'm kind of, unsure of myself. Is this good for the crypto space? Is this good for cryptocurrency? Should cryptocurrency investors be concerned about this? Or is this, is this bad? It's hard for me to decide here. You can see here it says, in academic papers, Omarova has supported shifting consumer deposits into digital dollar accounts at the Fed, something she describes as part of a blueprint for radically reshaping the basic architecture and dynamics of modern finance. Okay, so, and on Twitter, she has posted comments about her distrust of mega banks. Okay, so if you're a cryptocurrency fan, if you are a cryptocurrency investor or trader, if you've looked into cryptocurrency at all, then you are also probably also have a lot of distrust in mega banks or in big banking. That's the whole idea of DeFi and cryptocurrency. is to, decentralized finance. It's to decentralize the world and to be your own bank. So it's odd to me to see that she is also a critic of cryptocurrency. But I agree with her in some ways, guys. I do agree in some ways about certain things, because in the cryptocurrency space, we do need some regulation. It's going to happen if we ever want to see mass adoption. We do need some regulation. The problem is we have to be very careful and watch closely so that they don't come in and overdo it and become overbearing, and to where it stunts the growth and the innovation of blockchain and cryptocurrency, right? Because no matter where you're from, what country you're from, if you have a country that's in the middle of all this, you would like to see your country lead the way, right? You would like to be the leaders in innovation and decentralizing the world and decentralized finance and blockchain technology. You would like to be the leaders in that, right? We don't want to be set back. You could see with China banning cryptocurrency transactions and mining. We don't want to be set back. We want to lead the way. And I've seen headlines also saying that China banning cryptocurrency was really shouldn't be looked as such a bad thing, especially if you're from the U.S. It could possibly give us the potential to lead the way in this new technology. And as time goes on, guys, this new technology is going to just grow. I fully believe it will continue to grow. The space and the community behind cryptocurrency in general is incredible, guys. I do agree that investors need some form of protection when using these exchanges. Obviously you're investing at your own risk when you do invest in cryptocurrencies, as it is still a speculative market. But as we continue to grow and as cryptocurrency continues to go more mainstream, these regulations will need to be put into place just to help current investors feel more safe, and to bring on new investors that otherwise feel that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is too risky of an asset to invest their money in. So some regulation is definitely necessary, guys. And we're going to end the video by hearing what Marco from the Kraken exchange has to say about this.
Should crypto investors, should they be concerned right now?
I think crypto investors should always be concerned at all times about where their government is going. We've seen really a Cambrian blossoming of new assets and new technologies in a space that's been, sort of contentious over the last decade, and it's I think always the role of the crypto industry, the crypto consumer, the crypto user, the community writ large, to keep a close eye on where the government is going to be placing down guide rails, and when government gets it wrong, picking winners and losers.
So Marco, like you said, crypto investors should be concerned at all times about what their government is doing. And it's not just the OCC. I mean, you have the SEC as well, seemingly taking a pretty harsh stance towards crypto. And I mean, if we look at what Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has said on Twitter and elsewhere, he's taken a pretty adversarial tone. I'm curious about Kraken's approach to regulators. Have you been in touch with the SEC? We keep an open line of communication with regulators, not just in the U.S., but abroad. I'll say that, yeah, I've certainly followed Brian's tweets, and I'll say that, look, you're just not being honest with yourself about the crypto community if a little bit of you doesn't think he's saying what a lot of people are thinking. But at the same time, I can't support that kind of approach with regulators. It's just never been successful historically. And from our experience, we found the SEC to be open to discussion. We found them to be receptive to new ideas. They're certainly not in a position to just do what the industry tells them, and they're not in a position to do what any particular investor group tells them. But I think you're just living in a fantasy world if you don't believe that this industry is going to face heavier, more Wall Street-like regulation from governments in the US and abroad.
Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check the links in the description so you can sign up for Blockster if you haven't, and join the waiting list to get on board with Blockster. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button for me on the way out. definitely, if you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the Average Joe Crypto YouTube channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.